I cheated. I gave here. Probably put some more in mine.
Why?
No, they're all uneven.
I was looking at it because I was
like
dripping.
they're all uneven. I think Bernardo traded you.
Is this chamois?
No, chamois. Wait, what?
Chamois.
Oh, that's what that is. No.
What is it?
This is a watermelon.
Oh, it's the stuff we had last time.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Oh,
so,
it's like.
So
thick,
you lick
thick.
it first?
Yeah, that's thick.
It got thicker.
Oh, that's good.
Thanks.
Another.
Stronger today.
Another?
No, I'm good. I gotta study.
Are you still going to school?
No,
You have to like keep it going.
No, I'm done with school. I just have to take it's like a state test to become like basically to get my official license. Right now what I have is called like a non-renewable license, I think it's called. It's like you get that. It's a whole process. Like
He's like, nobody wants to talk about that.
yeah.
He just has to study.
And that's it.
Basically.
I suck at studying. Yeah. Okay, so I wanted to talk about Anya Taylor, who won the Golden Globes. I don't know if you guys knew that she was a Latina. Did you guys know that? You know who Anya Taylor is?
I don't know.
She's an actress, right?
She's an actress from the Queen's Gambit. Did you guys see that on Netflix? Missed out. A little redhead girl. Yeah, it's a little redhead girl who plays chess. Oh. And I saw myself in this in the simple fact that I used to play chess as a kid. I was in the chess club at Clyde Elementary.
Oh, right on.
Yes, I was like in the first grade. Oh. And the only reason I was in the chess club was because of this guy named Scott Fowler. Oh,
I know him.
You do?
I think I went to high school.
You know Scott Fowler too. I know. I seen him on a post that you tagged him in for
we went to high school with him, I think.
We did?
What is it called? After Dark. For After Dark. I saw that his name was on there.
Is it? Did we?
Fowler?
I haven't seen him since 5th grade, to be fair.
He's either older than us or younger.
He's my age.
He's my age. He does sound familiar, but I might be wrong.
He's my age, but he literally, that kid in elementary school was the best at everything. Oh. Like literally smart, was like in taekwondo, would play like every instrument.
What
was in the
asshole.
chess club.
What
yeah, was a fucking asshole, right? So he was like my competition. We were in the spelling bee together.
Yeah.
I lost to him, by the way.
Oh.
Dick.
I know we would do chess. I would lose to him, but I would like still try. Oh. But that's the only reason I watched that show.
He was your motivation?
Kind of. It was just like a little redhead. Little redhead white kid.
No, but
man, I think his mom was a teacher.
Was she? That explains like the best life that he had.
Dude. I don't know, man. That just sounds familiar.
He was even in the fucking choir. He was in choir with me too, and I was like,
fuck
"Bitch,
this dude.
Why do you do everything? Like, stop!" It pissed me off. Well, anyways, she's a redhead or whatever, but she looks white as could be.
Yeah, she's Argentinian.
She's Argentinian British.
Oh.
And there's actually, like, I guess the Latino community is like actually standing behind her, but I don't understand the simple fact because she looks white, but she is astonishing because like she'll talk to you in Spanish or she'll talk in her interviews in Spanish, and I'll be like, what the fuck? But I wonder if that's how people act with me, like when I talk Spanish to them, they're like,
maybe.
what the fuck?
I don't know.
Don't expect it.
My dad used to get surprised when like he'd see like either super white Mexicans speaking Spanish or more African feature looking Mexicans or like people that look like black and they were speaking Spanish. He'd be like, "You speak Spanish?"
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's because of the color of their skin or just the fact that we had this American looking friend that speaks Spanish, you know, because it's like, you know, when your parents hear, I don't know, maybe for us, like when they hear our friends talking and, you know, they don't look Mexican, but it's like, it's just, cool. You know, you have friends that
or when your parents
can understand.
Yeah. Or when your parents meet a friend and that's their first question. ¿Hablas español? I'm like, yeah, I think they do. I'm like, I think they speak Spanish. Like they understood what you're asking them and they replied back. But
yeah,
I'm like
Reggie.
I'm like, don't ask that.
Reggie Jones.
Reggie Jones?
Who's that?
Reggie Jones.
Oh, yeah.
He was half black, half Mexican. And he looked black as could be, but he knew Spanish.
Yeah.
Who's Reggie Jones?
He was an old neighbor
Reggie Jones?
Of Liz.
Remember
you would know Reggie Jones.
Reggie Jones.
He went to high school. He went to North too. Well, but
he was
he's
a
way
neighbor.
Younger. Wait, he's my brother's age.
I think he's younger than Jose.
Is he? They were in the same grade.
Okay, then maybe they're the same age.
Reggie Jones.
He was at like Diriel's age. And he's big black guy, always on the north side. Shout out to Reggie Jones.
Yeah.
No, I mean, if I saw him, I'd probably know who he was.
Yeah.
You know how it is, North End.
Yeah, but he's black.
Yeah, yeah.
He would Like
You wouldn't expect it.
when my mom first met him, he's like, or no, he knew he was Alma's kid, but my dad was the one that was like surprised because he's like, ¿Sabe español?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, Dad, he's half Mexican, chill. He's a big black guy. Don't mean nothing.
Spanish.
But yes, her dad, I'm gonna tell you guys what it is. Her dad is English. Her father, Dennis Allen Taylor, is Argentine and Scottish heritage.
Oh, she doesn't count. No.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I want to know. Does she count or does she not? Like, I've had a conversation, and Miguel would be the first to be like, "Well, we accept any Latino." But we also had this conversation. But we also had this conversation a while back with Lydia. I had a conversation with her about Rosalia getting a Latino award, which she's not a Latino. She's a Hispanic.
Yeah.
So would she be considered Hispanic as well? Come on, educate us,
Maybe.
Mr. Teacher.
I have no idea. Nah.
Oh, he's like, I just know art. Fuck you.
Yeah, basically. So yeah, I should preface that I just read a lot of shit. I'm not like educated in. I mean, the only thing I got a degree in is art and teaching. So.
Well, I mean, you said that the Latino community is supporting her?
It's supporting her, but there is, like, when I went on Twitter, there was people who were like, she's not even a real Latina, like, all this bullshit that they were just talking mad shit to her. And I'm just sitting there thinking, like, wait a minute.
But why? Because she's white?
Because she's British. British is technically white.
But was she born in Argentina?
Yeah, she was born in Argentina.
Well, then she's one of us.
And she's
Yeah,
and
well,
she
like
knows
Belinda.
and she's fluent in Spanish.
It's like Belinda. Belinda she's from Spain. But she, like, rocks hard for Mexico.
Yeah.
And it also depends on like who, like how, like what do you identify as, but also what you side with. Because like if I don't know if you remember this, but a few years ago, maybe like a year or two ago, when that paletero or elotero got beat up, and they were tipping it, those were Argentinian people.
Wait, when was this? Where was this?
You don't remember? It was a big thing.
They were like getting beat up and their
Where?
money would
Here?
get
Which
stolen.
No, this was in LA. They like flipped his car. There's a whole video on it, but they were Argentinian and they were talking mad shit. And like, you know, there is white Latinos that are fucking racist, you know, and that's an example.
And this is what I had I had a conversation with my boss about this. Would it be racism or would it be colorism?
Well, yeah, colorism.
Yeah.
Basically. I mean, it's both because like Latinos are a mixture of, you know, we're indigenous, we're European, and we're African. Like we're either, we have some percentage of all of that. So we're like everything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's kind of both. I mean, because yeah, we're in the same, like, I don't know if it's race or whatever. I don't know how to break
Bloodline?
it down. Yeah, but it's like
we're all
it's just
kind of the same.
Because Latino, like, what makes us all Latino or Hispanic or whatever? What is it?
Lydia's not here. She can't. She'd explain it to you.
Yeah,
She has,
I know
like,
she
receipts.
would. That's
But I mean,
she has receipts for all
what's
that.
up with like cancel culture though? Like, why do you automatically have to cancel someone?
I'm just
know, like, why can't you be proud of someone representing something that they tie you in there with?
What
like,
you mean?
Like her, you know, like if she's getting a
Golden
Golden Globe for something, you know, why do people have to be like, oh, well, she doesn't deserve it because she's not Latina? Like, wouldn't you feel a little bit proud that they're linking you as a Latina to that accomplishment?
True, but
I mean,
there's always that 1% though.
Yeah, but like people like automatically cancel something. Like, oh no, I'm no longer supporting her because she thinks she's Latina, or oh no,
how the white people are acting.
Yeah,
you know, don't give a fuck.
You know, like there's always somebody that are like,
you're
oh,
all
I don't.
Spicks and beaners to me.
Yeah.
Can we say that?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
You can say whatever. You
Okay.
can say whatever the hell you want to say.
Yeah. So I'm like, I guess.
Also, in this year's Golden Globes, there was only 3 Latino nominees.
Well, see, I think that's more something that they need to be enraged about, not something else.
I don't know, man. Like Golden Globes and all that, like it's all
for show.
Well, yeah, and it's like a lot of it. First of all, it's niche as it is, like because it's for one specific group of like people that
talented people.
So impressed with his vocab right now. Like,
Well,
I've had at least 3 words that he said, and I'm like, whoa,
this is the art.
That?
This is the art.
This
degree.
is the art degree.
Gotcha.
Niche, you like that?
That was a good word.
Can you use that in a sentence?
Please.
Niche is like basically it means like something specific. So like something, yeah. So like they only pick certain. What is the Golden Globes? Movies?
I don't know, honestly.
Movies, music. Well, it's all the same.
I just
Film,
like to watch all
picture.
the famous people get all dressed up and pretty.
They always pick like the most like, you know, artistic, like that's not even the right word. I don't know. Just
They microscope.
basically, you
talent.
wouldn't see like Fast and the Furious on
In
like
the Golden
on the
Globes.
Grammys. You know, you wouldn't see that. So they only pick certain types of films. So like,
Oh, I see what
but-
you mean.
and then like they always pick like
Wow, you know a lot about this without knowing a lot about this.
I know
He
I
reads
read
a lot of articles. Remember?
Oh yeah, I said that. He said that.
I read a lot of headlines. No, I'm
Oh,
just kidding.
headlines, not articles. He doesn't make it
No,
to
I'm
the
just
article.
kidding. But like,
He's like, oh, that's interesting. Keep going.
because it's always
Next topic.
okay. Like if it's a first of all, I think representation matters, and I think that's where they're getting at.
Mm-hmm.
But like, do we really want to be invited to this party that we're already basically excluded from? Like, I don't. I
Yeah.
don't give a shit about them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they'll every now and then they'll throw a token in there. Like it's always Denzel or Forrest Whitaker for blacks,
Mm-hmm.
and then for Latinos it's like Guillermo del Toro or fucking what's his name, Diego Luna or something like that.
The guys
Which-
that are on Netflix,
Which they're awesome, by the way. But
they're throwing him a bone like, hey, just
yeah,
come.
it's like, hey, look, see, we
We
like
included.
you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't come to the party after,
Uh-huh.
but y'all, you know,
Yeah.
we include you, and it's just, I think it's just woke points.
Yeah.
And like, I don't even care.
I mean,
man.
do you think Latinos watch the Golden Globes? I don't
No.
watch them.
No,
No.
I don't watch them.
So I don't think.
I just really like that show.
Which one?
The whatever, the Queen's Gambit.
Okay.
I just really like the show, and when
That
I
one.
saw the headline, because I didn't see it when I busted at him. I looked at the headline. I was like, oh, interesting. And I kept reading the article.
I
I guess I wasn't you.
I actually,
'Cause
read
I actually
more.
read the
That was a
articles.
joke, by the way.
Oh.
I read more than headlines.
He's like, I read the article. I read the article.
A new Coco short film called "A Day in Life of the Dead" has just premiered on Disney Plus.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
I actually watched it. It's
I've
a,
watched it like 30 times. I'm over Coco.
it's a, what do you call it? Pixar popcorn.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a minute long. It's just
Really?
Yeah.
Those are so sad. Have you guys seen the one with the little dumpling, little Asian
Oh yeah.
dumpling?
No, those are shorts.
Oh, those are short. Oh, this
yeah.
is different from that too.
Yeah, the shorts are like 2 to 3 minutes, and this one is like a minute long.
Oh.
Like it's just
That's bullshit.
it's just like the twins riding a bike, you know, and just funny shit happening.
Oh, okay.
Like the dude's jaw falls off, and he tapes it back on. And it's
Oh, well,
wrong.
I guess now we don't
And
gotta
then
watch it. Thanks a
falls.
lot, Bernardo.
Yeah.
Thanks for ruining it for
Well, I
us.
mean, spoiler alert.
Spoiler.
Nothing happens.
They ride a bike and funny shit happens.
Well,
Check it out.
damn.
I want to watch that.
I'm sure it
I haven't
took
seen
them months to make.
6 months to
For
make.
real?
Yeah, that shit takes a long time. Animation.
Really?
Yeah.
Max wanted to do that, but I was like, no. We're gonna be scientists here.
No, let them be an animator, man.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing that I
Let 'em
think
be
though,
creative.
I would like. I guess before I was told my son was like artistic, and I thought it was just a me thing because I'm his mom. And maybe this is because of his dad. I have no idea. I just didn't think that you could do anything with art other than like have a gallery or like things that are, I guess, stereotypical.
No,
shit.
you can do all kinds of shit with the degree.
Yeah.
That's what I try to with an art degree. Sorry, that's what I try to tell my students is that like it's not just like a gallery artist or a graphic designer. It's all kind like Troy here. Like a lot of things you learn like foundationally and as an artist, you can apply to like
The
being a
creative field.
producer. Man, all kinds of other shit.
Yeah.
Animation, video game design, fashion design, fucking
Interior
interior
design.
design, everything.
I never thought about it that way
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
I always thought about it like in the aspect of like his dad. His dad draws on shit and he sells it. So I'm
Yeah.
just like, why? How are you going to make a living doing that
Right.
as an adult? Like, I
Yeah.
don't want you to end up doing the same thing.
Yeah.
You know,
like I mean, well, like even that. I mean, he can blow up doing that, but I mean, it's not likely. But
he's like, it's not like
It's- it's just something that I don't know. I've always kind of pushed that sort of like idea that foundational knowledge from the arts can grow into all kinds
Big
of
things.
all kinds of careers. I mean, like if you ever like listen to like directors and movie directors and movie producers talk, they're talking like artists. Like if we were all in the same room, we'd have the same conversations about how shit is made, and that's the same with like chefs and musicians and
Culinary arts.
people that create shit. It all comes from the same place. you know?
But okay, so here's a question for you: are your parents like really Mexican? Or
Yeah.
yes. So how did you get out of that bubble of not knowing what you wanted to do or what, you know, because like me personally, my parents bred me in a way where I was only supposed to grow up, have kids, be a mother. You know, education wasn't a thing. Aspiring, having dreams.
They weren't that Mexican, but they
weren't
like,
that Mexican.
Yeah, they were. My parents are a little bit more like they're from Mexico, like straight out of Mexico, barely speak. Well, my mom knows a lot of English now because she's married to a white dude. Shout out to Colin.
Be the real MVP, Colin.
Yeah, but they came to this country. Basically, they were here. They've been here longer than they were over there, and they're a little bit more
Americanized.
Yeah, well, not Americanized because they're still pretty Mexican, but they're like more modern, basically.
Where are you from? First of all,
they're from Chihuahua. I'm from here, but Chihuahua.
So you're Chihuahua. Yeah.
So they're modern in a way where they're not like authentic tradition. Like
they're not super Catholic or anything. Like they'll go to church and say, you know,
they found a happy median and stuff.
Basically, like I'm always talking shit on like Catholicism just to like, because I'm always fucking around. Like, about, well, what about when they came and killed all the Aztecs and shit? Stop talking about that, you know, shit like that. So they're like, they know us and like they've always been supportive. Like my mom more because she's more like in tune with like from an early age, she's like, oh, he likes to draw, so let's get him a drawing table. My dad was like, all right.
He's like, whatever.
But my dad is more like, he doesn't really know what any of the stuff I'm doing is, but he's down with it, you know?
He's like, whatever.
But when I started doing like videos of like, because he tells me all these crazy stories about him walking here and shit, and like...
He walked here?
Yeah.
Like to the United States?
Yeah, he walked here.
The entire way?
Yeah. 15-day journey.
Oh
man, there's a joke. I guess they got caught like a bunch of times by the same immigration agent, and he's like, "Ay, ¿cómo han chingado ustedes?" But anyway,
he told them
that. But like he probably didn't say that, but he's like,
that's what he says now.
Yeah. But it's a crazy story, and like I made a little animation about it, and my friend, he used to be the art director at the Hutch Art Center. And I had an art show there, and they did this thing called Artists in Their Space. And like, it's basically like a behind the music, but with artists, and they talk to each of us. It's still on YouTube, by the way. Go check that out.
You can check that out.
Can we put that on there too? Can you put like a clip? Cool.
Yeah.
What's that guy's name from the Joe Rogan show?
Jamie.
Thanks, Jamie.
Pull that up, Jamie.
That's perfect.
But I was talking about like that, and I was just like talking about how if he wouldn't have done that, like I wouldn't be here. You know, he was like 17, and then you think about the shit you were doing when you were 17. And you're just like, man, what the fuck? Like, we're just.
I think because I think our parents were like trying to survive. Yeah,
we're
just
like
they had
soft ass fuck.
Hell yeah! Like if you really think about it, you're like, damn, my mom at my age, like she was taking care of 4 kids. Like she done took care of 4 kids. Yeah. She was working at McDonald's. She was doing this. She was doing like they were just trying to survive.
What I find crazy is like, because I know a lot of Mexican moms that like are afraid to drive. Because they'll get lost. But it's like, dude, you came all the way here.
You came from a different country and you got here.
Yeah, on the
interstate.
South side. You know, yeah. Anyways, I just think that's
so
funny.
True.
It is.
But like,
Bobby was one of those.
It's so true. Like, oh man, you got GPS.
Wait,
everything.
we have a Thea like that. She still doesn't drive.
No, she doesn't drive. There's still people that I know to this day that are like 50, and I'm like, how do they get around? I still think like, who drives them?
My girlfriend's mom, like, we take her places and shit just because she's afraid to get lost and shit. Which, I guess I kind of get that because like,
they don't. Well, to their defense, like me, if I go somewhere new, like this place, I'll GPS it because I'm like, I ain't trying to chance it. But then once I GPS it once, I know my way here. Yeah. My mom doesn't know how to use GPS.
Yeah, they ain't trying to learn all that.
She writes her addresses like on the back of a bill, and then she asks the person like, "Well, what's your closest intersection? Is there a Walmart by?" I'm like, "No, mom. There's not a Walmart in every intersection."
You know what? My dad does construction.
She draws a little map. On
really?
her bill.
I think I've seen my mom do that too.
She'll put like for instance, like La Hoover like a street that doesn't even like it's not even across the Hoover.
Yeah.
And then she's like, there's an Ace Hardware, and then she'll spell it like however she thinks.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm like, where are you going? Oh, it's because I have a doctor appointment tomorrow. I'm like, there's no doctor appointment on Hoover in like whatever street you put. She's like, pues ahí me dijo la señora que fuera. I'm like,
You're
all
like,
right.
Mom, let me GPS it real fast.
Yeah, and I look it up, and it's like on 21st and Avidin. I'm like, it's down the street.
My dad actually learned how to use GPS.
Oh, he did?
But he does construction, so
Oh,
he
so
has
he
to
has to.
He has
Oh,
to.
yeah.
Like they go to different places all the time.
There it is, survival.
Yeah,
Survival.
and sometimes he'll be like, Oye, ¿cómo se... ¿Qué le pongo aquí? Am I doing this right? Is this a place where I'm supposed to be at? I'm like, Dad, thank God you're telling me the night before because I'm not going to be answering the phone at 4 a.m.
Tomorrow?
No, but anyways, so I was telling that story on that little clip I did for artists in their space, and my dad watched it, and he had like this little moment where he was just like,
So proud.
yeah, and he was just like,
Did he cry? I would have cried.
Because you featured him on it.
no, he didn't. I think it was emotional, but without crying. It was
Okay.
weird.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, because men don't cry, you know.
Like
And that's more emotional.
Mexican
though.
men don't cry.
if it was a movie, we probably would have cried.
Yeah, I was
but
gonna
it
say,
just-
that's
he was
more
just
emotional.
like, thank you, mijo.
Oh.
You know, yeah.
Did that
I'm
like
sure he
was that
cried,
really good
like-
for you though? Like to hear that thank you?
Yeah.
Are you okay? I guess this is like another like a stereotypical question in a way. Maybe not. Is your dad like a typical Mexican dad where he doesn't tell you I love you?
Oh,
He's
yeah.
not emotional. He
Like
doesn't
where
really
it's,
tell you.
it's weird where he
Yeah.
says,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like you said, it would be a movie if like you both would be crying.
Yeah, yeah. My dad never said I love
Yeah.
you. He does now, and it's weird. We're like, ugh.
You're like,
You're
oh,
like,
no.
all right, pops, what you want? How much money you want?
Yeah.
Telling me you love me.
But that's kind of how, I don't know. My family is not very like emotional. Like
Mm-hmm.
when we fought, like me and my brothers and sisters, when we fought, we never said sorry or
No?
nothing. We just kind of
moved on.
Yeah. Hey, like nothing. You know?
Well, I guess
We
that's good.
apologize at my house.
Yeah, we
those
had to-
bitches better apologize.
We had to hug it out.
Yeah.
You and Alonso?
Yeah, because we would go like really bad though. It would get bad.
For real?
Yeah.
I wouldn't even imagine that.
Yeah, it would get bad.
I'd be scared of Alonso. Fuck that.
That's a big
Well,
boy.
Alonso didn't get big until like his sophomore year.
Are you serious? I always thought, but you know, I've always been like 3 feet.
Yeah.
You know, like I've never been like.
I remember when. Sorry.
No, you're fine. He's like, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, so
remember-
I wasn't.
I
I mean, I'm
remember-
still not scared of him.
I
But
remember when he was. Didn't he have like a little fro?
yeah, he had
Yeah,
really curly
yeah,
hair.
I remember
Really
that.
curly hair.
It's coming back in style. Did you see my brother? Have you seen my
yeah,
brother?
yeah.
I was like, I didn't even know you had curly
He
hair.
has he had like perm curls.
Yes, I was like,
in-
where the
in
fuck did you go
school.
to? How did you get it? My brother did too. My brother had like he must have combed it out or something.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, because like now it's like curls too.
Well, maybe
Jose
there's-
looks like he has a perm, and I was like, where'd you go?
Maybe it's
Is
just
that
style.
is that something that's talked about? Is like Mexican hair,
What do you mean?
like
Curly hair?
yeah, like curly hair? Because we have different hair too.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? Me and my youngest sister, we both have curly hair like this, like crazy
Yeah.
curly black big hair. And my other sister, my middle sister, straight.
Straight hair.
That's the Afro Mexican in you.
It is.
Yeah.
But my mom, like her hair is curly, like
Yeah.
little curls.
Spiral curls.
Like little itty bitty.
Like Shirley
Like
Temple
her hair
curls.
does not grow. Like
Yeah.
her hair is
It's
like
always
it's
the-
always been up to here.
It just grows
this
out.
way. Yeah.
My girlfriend, they're from Jalisco. Her family they all have like kind of like yours,
Curly hair.
Her cousins like they look like Puerto Ricans. Like it's crazy. Yeah.
Super curly.
But they're
hair.
like they're not dark skinned, they're light skinned, but their hair is like more
Crazy.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
See,
It's
I'm
crazy.
telling you, we're a blend of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, my grandpa, he looks black. Like, he would tell me, like, yeah, like, when I was younger, like, when I was 16, 17, I would have an afro and I'd have,
Yeah.
like, a pick.
Yeah.
Like, the whole thing. And I'm
Yeah.
like, what?
I
Which
think
is
we
cool
have
'cause-
pictures of him.
My
with
grandpa's
that.
hot, though. My grandpa's super hot. He's, like, has a six-pack and everything.
I think we found one. Me and my mom found a
For
picture
real?
of him. And it's him and my grandpa, and they're both sitting down with bomber jackets.
Yeah.
And they have the
Bomber
aviators.
jacket.
And they have big hair.
My uncle was a handsome dude.
Yeah.
There's
He was a handsome
There's
dude.
a picture of him all like greasered out like
Yeah.
back then. Yeah. He's just like it's just cool to see them like as young people.
Yeah.
I was talking to my
Like-
boss about that yesterday. I said, isn't it weird, like, because he's 51, so he just became a grandparent. I was like, isn't it weird that, like, your kids are now grown and now you're where your parents were at some point?
Yeah.
Like, now you're experiencing your children having kids
Yep.
and you're the grandparent.
Man, I was thinking about that the other day. It's like you always wondered when you were kids, you'd always wonder what it would be like to be the grown-ups.
Yep.
And one day you're just the grown-up.
And
You're
then
like,
you
oh
don't-
shit, that's me.
You're
Yeah.
like, it fucking sucks.
Fuck.
Take me back.
Yeah.
Take me back.
This is it with the beer in my hand and a plate.
Oh, yeah, I've been drunk
Watching
like
TV.
I've been
I
drunk
feel
like
like
2
shit.
weekends in a
Oh,
row.
shit.
Yeah. I have. I've been drunk for like 2 weekends in a row. I'm going for a third this weekend.
Third weekend.
I still have like all these bottles there, and I'm just like, well, can't let them go to
Might
waste.
as well.
Drink them.
Yeah.
Steve.
Another
tell
game
Steve
night.
Oh, he does, but he's weak.
Oh.
He's like, I can hang. Nah, you can see his little eyes doing this. And I'm just like,
yeah, he does.
he's like, he knows what I'm talking about.
You know what's funny is I don't remember Steve ever being fucked up.
Oh, I have. Yeah, tell my carpet that.
Like,
Tell my bedroom carpet that.
he's probably Bruce Wayneing us. Sorry,
Probably.
it's a comic thing. Like,
It's a comic
Yeah.
thing. I like
We
Comic
wouldn't get
book
it. We
thing.
wouldn't get it.
I guess not because we're
okay,
girls.
so
We don't know Batman.
No, we don't
Okay.
know. Yeah, we don't know
so
comics.
Bruce Wayne at parties would pretend to drink, but it was just club soda.
Uh-huh. That's me.
Yeah,
That's me now.
Because
Like I
he's Batman. He
purposely,
can't be out
make
fucked
drinks
up.
for
can't
everybody.
be out fucked
I
up.
purposely make not today though. I drank, but
Yeah, yeah.
usually I make drinks for everybody, and then I'll make my
Yeah.
own drink, but it'll be like alcohol this much, soda like up to
Oh.
here. So everybody gets fucked up around me, and then I'm just sitting there like, damn, he's all fucked up. I'm like, damn, I did that, you know.
Fucking Steve.
That's gonna be us.
But
right
yeah,
now.
he gets really fucked up. I get him really fucked up.
Have you met George,
George who?
his old neighbor?
No.
Oh, he's an old. This man.
Why? Story what? You didn't.
Well,
you wouldn't just bring it up for
There's
nothing.
not really a story behind him. It's just
He's a character.
yeah, kind of. He's just like this old white dude that. So Steve, when he first moved out to the South Side, or maybe he wasn't. But anyways, he moved out to the South Side, and then we'd have to drive all the way the fuck over there, which sucked because we were gonna kick it, you know.
You're like, we didn't want to drive back drunk.
But this dude, he
There was
just,
an Uber back then.
Nope, no Ubers.
he just happened to be a dude that really liked boxing. He's like a boxing historian, and you know,
Oh.
Steve. We all watched boxing, so we would watch fights at his house, and he'd pay for like get pay-per-view and shit. And he just became like a friend, and then that's just the story behind
That's
Oh.
George.
George. So nothing
Nothing
interesting
crazy.
about
Sup,
it.
George?
Just some white guy named George.
Oh man,
There's more to it. He just doesn't want to tell us, and it's okay.
No, I'll
It's
tell you.
okay. I'll ask
I'll
Steve
tell you,
later. I'll
it's
be
just-
like, bitch,
it's-
what's
it's-
going on?
It's hard to tell it without laughing because I was there, and it's probably not gonna be funny for you. But so our friend Junior. Okay, so we went to school with this dude, and Junior knew him, and I knew him because we were in art class together in high school. Anyways, so we go to George's house years later, and
Poor George.
so George has all these pictures of like his family and shit, and then there's a picture of this guy we both know, and I was like, "Hey, Junior, remember so and so?" And he's like, "That fat ass dude."
And it's in his family portrait.
And George is like, "Yeah, that's my nephew."
Was he fat in the picture?
Yeah. Well, he's a fat kid, but he said that fat ass dude. And then I just picture Junior's the way he makes his fucking funny ass face when he's dying laughing. Like his eye, he goes like it's fucking, like I'm
knew.
picturing it right now, and I just remember every time I think of that, I fucking die. But man, if Junior listens, I'm gonna tell him about this so he can hear this part.
Yeah, Steve has to listen to it. He listens to it like every Thursday morning.
Yeah.
And then he like critiques me. He's like, yeah, you did good on that one, or that was really interesting, or no, I don't like that one.
The lighting's off.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't watch the videos.
Oh.
I don't know why he
He just
doesn't
listens?
watch it. He listens to through Spotify.
Oh, that's
but
cool.
I guess he's supportive. Whatever.
It's a different experience when you just listen to it and when you watch it.
Yeah, but it's so weird because I've done both. Like
Uh-huh.
I go back and listen to both, and I go back and see the video just to critique myself, see what we need to like tweak, what we need to do, or what spaces we have in between.
Yeah.
And I'll always be like, wow, like if I was just listening to it, that would sound fucking weird. Like you hear us gulping the thing, and you're like, what the fuck are they doing? You know what I mean? And I'm just like, what?
But
the
I
fuck?
enjoy that on podcasts.
So when you see it, you're like, oh, that's what they were doing.
It
Yeah.
kind of adds to like the authenticity of the conversation.
Yeah.
So we have a segment, and it's called Ya Salió el Peine.
Yep.
And this is a segment where we get to know and highlight local artists in the community to, in better words, be in the know. And that was by Lydia Leja.
Sweet.
So,
I can tell because it was typed perfectly.
Lydia Leja.
no, I wrote it.
But did she send you that part?
No, I wrote it.
Oh.
I wrote it, but like her saying on here is
That
be in the know. Like
Okay.
she's always, and I know she supports you.
Yeah.
Like she loves your art. Like she literally.
She bought some prints recently.
yeah, she recently bought some paintings from
Shout
you.
out to Lydia.
Yeah, I didn't know you sold your paint. Like you actually like.
No, they're not. Okay, so I do sell my paintings like as originals, which they're a lot more expensive than a print, obviously, because prints aren't originals.
Yeah.
But I sell my prints at Vortex Souvenir, which is in Revolucia over there by Wesley. You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about.
And then at Senor Munchies, where they sell the Mexican treats. Shout out to Pati.
Yeah.
And
So
shout
you
out to
sell
Hannah Scott.
you sell the originals there too? Or those are
no,
just copies?
they're just prints.
They're prints.
Yeah.
I went to Mayberry with Hannah.
Oh yeah.
Man, you guys know everyone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was amazing. She's
Oh
always
yeah,
been-
because she told me
she's always been in the.
She knew Cindy
Yeah.
because we talked about it when
Yeah.
she. Yeah.
Yeah, she was the cool girl that we would like hang out with.
Yeah. I didn't even know she drew in high school
No?
until she posted some stuff, and when we were in college, she posted some stuff on Facebook, and I was like, oh shit, she
Yeah.
draws. And then I actually met her in college, even though we went to high school together.
So are you guys all like in a group chat, like all you artists, like all the people that you know that are from the art community? Like, are you guys all in one like group
Support
chat?
group. Like a
We
support
used
chat.
to be, but we kind of like went all our separate ways. We used to be like a tight little group, like it was a bunch of us, but we all just kind of did our own thing. Like my friend Patrick and Jessica, they both went to Georgia, and then Pat's dad actually passed away, so he came back to Hutch, and that's when he got the job at the art center. So me and him are still like, we still talk all the time. Jessica, I still talk to her. She's in Georgia still doing, she's a graphic designer.
Awesome.
And Hannah owns Vortex Souvenir. And then there's a few other people. They're just doing other stuff. Like Jordan. She works at KMUW. I'm not really sure what she does, but she works there.
She works there.
Yeah. So,
Shout out to
so
her.
we're all doing some
Something
You guys
shit.
are all doing
Yeah.
grown up things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that's cool though, because you guys all have like the same interests, and you see what that can steer you in. It's not just one straight line. You have a lot of opportunity to do
I feel like
many
we're all
things.
looking for like the next thing though.
The next
Like,
project.
The next thing to do. Because
Yeah.
for me, like the ideas never stop. It just like I might not be doing work right now, but I still have ideas constantly.
Yeah.
You know, and
You're
think-
ready until something comes up.
I
you
think
already
it's
have it.
so awesome that you're a teacher at Cloud Elementary.
Yeah.
Well, the only reason I say that is because that school is like on the north side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like where most of us grew up, or most of us go either there or was either Irving or Park.
Yeah.
But those three schools are like
Yeah.
mostly Hispanics.
I was telling my principal the other day that I think I would only want to teach there, or like Horseman or somewhere I went, or Cloud, because those are like the schools where kids like me grew up, kids like us, where we grew up, and that's the only place I'd want to actually teach.
Yeah.
So
No.
I wouldn't want to be a teacher anywhere else.
What made you want to be a teacher? Like out of all things, like I was telling you
Money.
earlier, like it was really money.
Money.
The money. That's got to be number one.
I needed money.
Yeah.
No, honestly, my goal in life is to be an animator. I've always wanted to do cartoons and comic books, and I still want to pursue that. But I always thought that I would give back. Like I would go do
To your
that,
community.
go be famous and do all this cool shit, and then come back and be a teacher to give back. But now I'm just doing it out of order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm being a teacher first, and then I'm
Yeah.
going to be.
But I
Yeah.
mean, you're still doing it, you know? So
And
like,
it's
you're still
yeah. It's not
still
even about
in love with your job.
Yeah.
You better say yeah.
Sometimes.
I would hate that job. I'm gonna be honest.
Right now, it fucking sucks,
Yeah.
to be honest, with COVID.
Well, with
and
with
shit.
all the restraining.
But before that, it was pretty, like, it was the first job that I had. Besides, like, I used to work at an art supply store, which was really cool, and an art museum, the Ulrich Museum, which was,
He goes,
that was the only job that I had that was where I felt, like, fulfilled, you know? Teaching. Not those jobs were kinda, because it was kinda art related, and I met so many people, so many artists. But this job is where I felt like the most like I
like you're
did
needed.
something. Yeah, because you are needed, and it's like not just art, but it's so much other shit
Yeah.
that kids need. Like just people are like, oh, it's so good that you're here because you know you're a Latino and you speak Spanish to them and you can show them that you can do something. You're a man and you're doing something,
Yeah.
you know, because most teachers, like, it's a lot of women. So I've heard that, and
Well, it's a lot of white women. I remember growing up, like when I found out that you were a teacher there, I didn't know you, but when I first found out, when Max would come home and be like, well, Mr. T, and I was like, who the hell is Mr. T? Well, our art teacher, Mom. And then I would look up on the like they'd bring home papers or whatever, and sometimes it'd say your name or something or whatever, and I was like, oh, Mr. Treviso, so he's Hispanic. But I didn't, like I said, I didn't know who he was, and I was be like, wow, this is really weird, because I expected like a Miss Williams or a Miss Wilson or a Miss, you know, like an old, like how we had when we were growing up, an old white lady who.
You went to Clown?
Yeah.
Do you know Miss Travis?
Yes, I do. She was my 3rd grade teacher.
She's an institution.
Shut the fuck up.
No, she's like.
I was
the
like,
shit. Yeah.
Oh, I was like, she's an institution. Like she went crazy. She finally went crazy.
No.
Like she finally.
She's
it
an
finally hit?
Institution. Like, yeah, she's about to retire.
Really?
Yeah.
I bet. Yeah. She was I used to visit her up until I was like 18.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then I stopped.
You would drop in every once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's cool. I talk to her all the time. I was actually telling her about this the other day, about how like the thing that is not fulfilling about teaching is that it's not where I want to be, like
Personally.
Retiring from?
Yeah. Like I
He
told
wants to make millions.
Well, no. Well, okay. I actually wanted to talk about, because one of the things was about goals.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, let me just.
Anyways, I wanted to talk about something about goals and money and shit, because that's a motivator, definitely. But what was I saying?
I don't know. We weren't in your brain.
Fuck.
how you were talking to Miss.
Okay.
Travis.
How I'm surrounded by like people who are actually like doing the shit they want to do, you know, and I just don't feel like I'm doing that.
Yeah.
I like teaching. I really like the kids, because I mean they're fucking cool, you know, and they're the shit, and they're like.
He has to say that because all the moms are watching.
Yeah, basically. No, I'm just kidding. No, a lot of the kids, like they, you know, you grow attached to them, and that's just the way it happens. But it's not where I want to be forever, is what I'm trying to say here.
Yeah, it's like you're now.
Yeah, basically.
For right now.
Yeah.
And hopefully something better comes.
Yeah, it's like my secret identity. It's like
back to the what were you saying?
Batman.
Batman.
Yeah, it's like my Clark Kent.
Clark.
Teacher
Wait, I thought you said Bruce first. That was Clark Kent.
Was the
all the
secret
same
identities, man.
He changes the names on
Like
them every time.
No, that's why I'm getting confused. I'm like, wait,
Peter
Superman,
Parker,
Batman, who
whatever,
is it?
yeah.
Peter Parker.
Peter Parker? It was that
Superman.
that's Spider-Man.
Okay, Batman is Bruce Wayne.
Bruce Wayne.
Clark Kent is Superman.
Clark Kent.
And
See,
Peter
I knew
Parker is okay.
Okay,
yeah.
I kind
Who's
of
Robin?
Secret
Who's
identities.
Robin? What's his name?
Dick Grayson.
Oh, he does know. I was expecting him not to know, but he knew.
Ask me anything. No, I'm just kidding.
Who's Ant-Man?
Which one? There's
So
two.
about
Scott
George.
Lang
Tell
and
us more
Hank
about
Pym.
George.
Peter Pan.
George. That was it. He used to drink Keystone.
That's it.